The Contradicting Life of Leonard Cohen. For over half of my life, I have been listening to the music of Leonard Cohen. I believe there is nothing more soothing than the unique sound of his voice with its rasp and its warmness that has become familiar to me over the years. Leonard's life was difficult at times as he was plagued with depression and anxiety for decades. His depression and anxiety came out in his songs. Believe it or not, many people have complained about finding his music depressing. I, on the other hand, have never found it depressing at all, but rather I find it inspiring. I wonder sometimes if I would have begun writing poetry myself if it wasn't for his music. Leonard's music has faced controversy throughout his career. Some people found his music too sexual or inappropriate, or that it may go against their religious beliefs. He will most likely be remembered for writing the famous song Hallelujah. This song was sung in the Shrek movies in the early 2000s. That song Hallelujah has been banned at times as people thought the song was about sex, but the song wasn't about sex. It's about a traumatic turmoil in a relationship. It is also about his depression, and I knew this right away. The song had caused a lot of controversy at that time, and it still does. My favorite song from Leonard Cohen is called Famous Blue Raincoat. I can often see a lot of similarities between the two songs, Hallelujah and Famous Blue Raincoat, as they are both about being alone and having depression. The two songs include being lost and having a haunting love affair. Both of these brilliant songs have continued to haunt me throughout my childhood, and there have been times where I've wondered why I feel so followed by the husky, dry voice of Leonard Cohen. He truly has a voice that I believe I'll hear for the rest of my life. These two pieces of work, Hallelujah and Famous Blue Raincoat, are two songs that I feel are nearly similar despite being written 30 years apart, as well as in far different life stages of Leonard Cohen's life. One was written while he was struggling and upcoming. The other was written mid-career, when his struggles weren't quite as heavy. Comparing Hallelujah and Famous Blue Raincoat. Famous Blue Raincoat was written first, and it seems to be the sad loss of a first love type of song. Almost makes me want to compare it to The First Cut is the Deepest, sung by Cat Stevenson. This song speaks to me of Leonard's first real heartbreak and the sting that love can all too often leave us with. The song is in the format of a letter addressed to someone he thought of as a friend who had an affair with the singer's wife. Leonard Cohen goes on to thank this so-called friend for teaching him a lesson in love. A woman named Jane is mentioned several times. She is apparently the object of affection these two men are so focused on and are nearly fighting over. As messy as it gets, this war cry ends peacefully. Hallelujah, on the other hand, is written by a much older man who's thinking back on his long life and imagining all the lovers he had and the pain that love causes. This song does have references to the Bible and Jewish culture that Leonard Cohen grew up in. He does not try to sugarcoat life or love in this song. He speaks the true reality as he sees it and as he has experienced it firsthand. This song has a dark element to it, which I love. However, the religious elements of the song are very strong. Leonard was a man who was constantly looking for peace from his mental health issues and a break from the Stonewall way of life. He belonged to several different faith paths during his life, and I find that this shows in his work, most strongly in the song Hallelujah. I think this song should be played in church, but unfortunately most people would certainly disagree. To me, this song is a spiritual experience, and there are not too many songs I can or would describe as that. Leonard Cohen's music has a way of making you feel holy even when you know you aren't. It makes you feel saved, and I consider myself incredibly lucky to have listened to Leonard Cohen so early in my life. He has shaped me as a writer, and I thank him endlessly for this.